In Minneapolis, members of the city council gathered with a group of peaceful protesters in Powderhorn Park, where they promised to bring change to the toxic relationship with police in their city.
And we're going to create a fear-free future where every life is truly protected and respected.
9 members of the Minneapolis City Council have vowed to defund the city's police department. They say years of racism and mistreatment of minorities, culminating in the suffocation death of George Floyd, have led to this moment. And it's not only happening in Minneapolis. In New York City, Mayor Bill de Blasio is proposing police reform, shifting funds away from the NYPD.
I want to make a statement of principle right now that we will be moving funding from the NYPD to youth initiatives and social services.
Appearing on CNN's State of the Union Sunday, Housing and Urban Development Secretary Ben Carson opposes the nationwide movement to defund police.
Think about the consequences. You want to abolish police departments? Are you kidding me? What happens if you do that? Everybody goes out and arms themselves. They start hiring vigilante groups to protect them. We have total chaos going on. That makes absolutely no sense.
The founder of the Black Lives Matter movement says defunding police means shifting priorities and limiting the size, scope, and scale of policing, because millions of Americans are concerned about not having the resources to live well.
Why can't we start to look at how it is that we reorganize our priorities so that people don't have to be in the streets protesting during a national pandemic?
Appearing on the Kojo Nemdi show, Washington, D.C. Police Chief Peter Newsham cautioned lawmakers to be careful moving forward.
The number one thing that contributes to excessive force in any police agency is when you underfund it. If you underfund a police agency, that impacts training, that impacts hiring, that impacts your ability to develop good leaders, thoughtful leaders.
Democrats in the House are proposing new legislation which would make it easier to prosecute police accused of violating civil rights. Critics say it is aggressively anti-police, and it is certain to receive resistance from Republicans and police groups. Around the country, violent protests are lessening, and even the National Guard is leaving Washington, D.C., where protesters on Sunday turned to prayer, seeking God to provide justice and calm to a nation in need of peace. Similar scenes in other parts of the nation. In Cary, North Carolina, some police officers taking a knee and reportedly washing the feet of community leaders in a sign of humility and service. In Norfolk, Virginia, more than 50 area churches held a peaceful prayer march throughout downtown. In Houston, George Floyd's hometown, a 6-hour viewing is open to the public. A private funeral and burial will be held Tuesday. Gary Lane, CBN News.